In honor of February, y'all know what month it is. It is Black History Month. Y'all should know this. I think I've said it a couple times. We actually record on Sweet Auburn Street. We've been recording here for how long? Like 3 years? 2 years?
At least.
Something like that? Whatever.
This is my second year, so
I think it's been about 2 years.
Yeah.
No, we only been here for about 2 years because you came on, I think, 2 episodes after the transition, maybe 3 episodes after the transition.
Probably no, she started here, right? Because Keisha never been in here.
No, remember we had Wiggy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That one episode, and then I think, did we do it? The next episode was Ashley?
Probably, yeah, had to be. Yeah. So, I mean, either way.
Yeah, you've been here since we pretty much started.
Yeah, so 2 years, you know what I'm saying? We've all been in the game. If y'all don't know, if you're from Atlanta, you know where Auburn Street is.
They gentrifying it.
Heavily.
There's a whole building development right across the street from us right now. And that shit just exploded into like more stuff overnight, I swear. It looks like it's halfway done.
Every week it looks different.
Yeah, it's downtown Atlanta. Auburn Street is a historical street here in Atlanta. Literally, I want to say like 3-4 blocks down is MLK's house. You ever been over there? Mm-mm. It's like right there. You should just drive up there one time, just real quick. You'll see it's on the right.
His house?
His drive is like literally
like... Is his
like...
church right here?
Or
is his church up the street?
So I think his church
is like up the street.
It's up the street, it's up the street. It's not Bethel Towers right there, but...
Because I think Alvin said he's gone a couple times.
Yeah, he's gone a couple times, yeah.
He did like a tour and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So it's like right there. It's really down the street. So obviously, very important month, especially out here in Atlanta. Real quick, before we go into our topics...
Because we're not talking about anything Black today.
Yeah, well, a little bit.
No, this is not our business.
No,
absolutely not.
Bit. It will become our business.
In honor of Black History Month, we're doing what Black people always do. And we're speaking up on behalf of those that do not speak up for themselves, because we have somehow become the voice of reason.
Yeah.
And we help everybody, even though we are never helped.
Yeah. So a little tidbit about Black history that y'all know, if y'all can expound upon that. Any Black history little quips?
You made us come in cold. Bro.
I sure did.
I ain't have no Black history facts on deck.
Well, you were talking about Martin Luther King's house. So, fun fact, I obviously went to an HBCU. I went to Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach, AA. Shout out to all the Wildcats. Mary McLeod Bethune is buried on campus, and her house is there as well.
Oh, okay.
And when you do a tour of the campus, there's a lot of still very historical buildings, and a lot of them have a lot of historical significance. Fun fact, Mary McLeod Bethune used to have, I believe it was Reagan's wife, stay with her, and she was the only house at the time that had an indoor plumbing. Mm. And the president's wife would sleep upstairs, and Secret Service had a room, and she'd literally stay with her. And they worked on women's rights, black rights, everything. But for a Black woman at that time to, one, own a home, two, have the president's wife come and sit and stay with you, and just stay with you for 3-4 days, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. So if you're ever in Daytona, check it out.
Actually, off the chain, because I didn't have one either. I just want to know if y'all had one.
I want to make sure I got the president.
Shout out to Bethune-Cookman, you know what I'm saying? I would have went there in college, but they was like, but I also was like, no, we got you. So I was like, okay, I'll go, whatever. But
I don't know. I feel like a lot of the facts that I did know became really mainstream. As a kid, I didn't know that the Super Soaker was made by a Black man.
Yeah.
Or as a kid, I didn't know. Well, as a kid, I did a report on him, but I didn't know how much George Washington Carver actually did.
Right? Okay, yeah,
so, I think now we've had access to the internet, and as adults, we've learned a lot. And you see people post about the facts, so you kind of learn a lot. Even the latest thing was the Henrietta. What was it? Henrietta Lacks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy.
For stem cells.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But people know that now.
Yeah.
I saw a video the other day on TikTok talking about how she has more cells in the world now than her body. Has more of her cells exist now than there ever have been when she was alive. Yeah. Which is crazy.
I do want to correct myself, though. It was Eleanor Roosevelt.
Eleanor Roosevelt was pull up to her? Okay. Damn.
It was Eleanor Roosevelt.
Okay. Very, one
and they helped a lot with, women's rights and Black rights, and it's just, she's the pioneer.
Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't know anything about that. I thought Bethune, so it was a woman. That's a woman.
Mary McLeod Bethune, yeah.
So the school is named off of a name from a woman? I didn't know that.
It's named from her. It's her school, Mary.
That's what's up.
So there's a joke, because there's a little black cat that's always around there, oh, Mary's here.
Oh, that's her?
Her, I guess her ancestors, her great-great-great-grandson, I went to school with him. He was there. But there's two other people buried on the campus spread out. But she bought the campus for $1.25, I want to say. And it was a dump.
She bought the campus?
For $1.25. It was literally a garbage dump.
Back then, though, that's different.
Can we have licks like that right now, please?
But you have to remember, like, this is a woman who is a black woman who owns a home, who now has heat, a toilet inside, a refrigerator inside, she was very ahead of her time.
Yeah.
And you're chilling with the president's wife.
So we're talking about 1900s or 1800s?
1900s. No, I'm joking, because, we're born in the 1900s.
Yeah.
Let me look. I don't have my
That makes
dates.
us sound so old.
It does, right? I don't have my dates. Let me see. So she was 1875 through 1955.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah. She was a advisor to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, known as the First Lady of Struggle. She led the Black Cabinet, advising FDR on several issues. That's how she ended up meeting his wife, and then they became so cool. But on campus, so she bought the campus for $1.25, and there's a lot of little stuff around campus, but it was purchased as a dump. Okay. She cleared it out, and then some of the original buildings still stand. A lot of them still stand, which is some of the issues that we have, in my opinion. We cannot let go of the history. As great as it is, some things it's okay to just let go. But the original nursing building that we had, it's now, I don't know because I haven't been on campus in a while, but it used to be an admin office. Mm-hmm. That's where, when the nursing students were there, the KKK came and tried to burn the building with the students inside. Yeah, because they were really upset with all of her accomplishments and everything she was doing. But the campus has a beautiful story, and there's so much history, and I feel like people just kind of forget some of those things. But yeah.
Would you recommend Bethune-Cookman?
At this point in time, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because I'm not as affiliated as I was.
Just before, yeah.
So I know there's been some changes with presidents and things like that. I feel like college is a very important decision, and you should look into all of your options. But I had a great experience. Mm-hmm. But if you get on the internet, there's been some interesting things where dorms were falling apart, things were happening, so I wouldn't want somebody cussing me out in the DMs. But go at your own risk. I had a great experience.
Shout out to the HBCUs out there. Yes. They were very needed.
They're still needed.
Still needed, yeah, definitely.
Still needed.
That's true. That's for sure.
Especially now when, I just saw, because I was talking to my friend's dad, FAMU was having several issues because during Black History Month, they can't say black. Because that's one of the words that were taken out. Remember, last year when we were talking about that list? Yeah. So how do you have Black History Month at a historically black college, HBCU, and you can no longer say the word black?
That's the times in which we're living in today. You got to look at all these policies and stuff going on, especially right now with government funding being thrown towards a particular organization, unit, system that we're about to get into today. For right now, y'all know what it is. This is the Bridge ATL. I am one of your hosts. It's your boy Kels. And then to the left of me, as always, Ashley.
Hey.
In the background is the boy, the producer, the creator, that boy Ty.
What's going on?
You know what I'm saying? He moving and grooving. And so today we're going to get into what some people today might call the Gestapo. Do y'all know what the Gestapo is? Y'all remember who that was? Have y'all had international history classes to know who the Gestapo is?
So I'm 31. I'll be 32 this year. Yes, back in the day, in the early 2000s, yes, I had all those classes. You had government and economics, history, you have everything. But my question is, does it matter? Because everything I was taught is clearly a lie. All the rules, everything that was told to me is clearly a lie. Because what I was told you can and can't do is very different than what I'm living and what's happening. And I'm not sure if it's because we're being ran by a cult. I'm not sure if it's Hitler 2.0. I don't know what's happening. But it's definitely giving. It doesn't matter what we learned. Because, they're taking it all out of the books. They're doing Hail Hitler in the clubs in Miami. It's. I
think that was crazy. They did do that.
They did that on purpose.
You seen that?
No.
Yeah, it was 5 or 6 people. There was an influencer. What's the guy, the Hyundai, him and his brothers were
as a sidebar, and I'll tell you what it is because you'll know. So Kanye was doing for some reason did shit. Kanye did a concert in
saying
Mexico.
Kanye, already, I'm
That had nothing to do
already
with Kanye.
It
It
was
was crazy.
Andrew Tate and some other people.
Andrew
Sounds about
Tate,
right. The Manosphere
Nick
dudes.
Fuentes, what's your boy? Well, not your boy, but Clavicular.
I don't even know who that is. Well, I know who it is, but
What's
I don't
the
even know.
dude? Whatever. The right wing influencers
Manosphere.
out in Club Miami got the DJ to play Hell Hitler.
The Kanye song?
Yeah.
Oh.
But they banned them. Like all of Miami clubs, all the clubs out there banned all of them. Which is shout out Miami.
Shoot, did the DJ get banned too?
3 employees got fired and then they all got in trouble. I don't think it was as much as the song, and I've never heard the song, so I didn't know that it was a song. The video that I saw, they were standing on the club sections hailing Hitler. So I think I don't know what the song is, because I feel like Kanye is very much any publicity is good publicity kind of
The
person.
song is pretty much what it sounds like. It's
Yeah.
a song where he's saying Heil Hitler.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're on top of the club section hailing Hitler and with their bottles and laughing and kikiing, and I guess on top of that, 3 of the employees at that nightclub
Joined in.
and they were terminated as well.
And so with Hitler, the Gestapo was the secret police of the Nazi, to which immigration and customs, also known as ICE, is being considered as Trump's secret police. Now, currently they are stationed. They're stationed damn near in all the blue states. Is that what it is?
What, here, Missouri, California?
They were in Chicago. They were in Baltimore,
New York, Baltimore, DC. Anywhere that there's a black person in power, I've noticed. That seems to be the Seattle. Anywhere that's kind of open and not really fucking with them per se.
Yeah. And so when it comes to ICE, when you hear the word ICE, when you see it on TV, when you see it on your social media, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Ew. Like immediately my stomach turns and I'm just disgusted. I feel like there's a way to be on the right side of history and those people are not. And I don't know what it's going to take for them to be like, damn, but it's disgusting. Like it's pure disgust. And then I know it's going to be followed up with a terrible headline.
It's fair.
So it's just like, oh, what happened today?
Yeah. I mean, lately, they've been brought up more so in television, social media, whatnot, because not only are they detaining people at an alarming rate in the wrong ways, because, we were promised at first that ICE was going to be picking people up who were criminals. Now they're picking people up who are... They're profiling people, because they're not picking up illegals all the time. They're just profiling you.
But I think we need to stop, because when we say that they're picking people up, I think we need to be very clear about what we're saying.
Okay.
When you are a government agency attempting to find the illegals by putting yourself outside of a preschool and smoke bombing it to lure children out, that's not getting the bad guys. Like, did you guys see the video that I sent you with the woman who called and was like, hey, I want to report one of my kindergarteners' parents, I believe, are illegal. And she was like upset at the fact that he was like, oh yeah, I'm so glad that we're getting them. And she was like, I feel like you're being funny. But it's like, besides ignorance, I'm just very confused at how any person, like male or female, mother or father, just a human being, could find it acceptable for someone that is armed to walk into a school, take a child, force them to go to their house, and then arrest them as well as their parents. How does that make sense to you? And then her rebuttal was like, oh, they drop their kid off at school every day. Like, what are they supposed to do? Like, that, to me, that sounds like a good parent. Like, I'm very confused at, like, what people thought was going to happen versus, like, what's happening. None of what's happening is surprising to me. What's surprising is how long it's being allowed to happen.
I mean, we said it before. I said specifically, they're not going to just be looking for who they're supposed to be technically looking for. They're going to be looking for everybody.
I'm surprised that they're killing white people.
That is the big one. I think, and I'm gonna be honest. Obviously, we've dealt with state violence as Black people since the inception, right? Now, a lot of people are gonna be like, because my reaction to Renee Good's killing was It's probably bigger than most because we've obviously become desensitized to a lot of shit that's going on. That's just being obvious.
The fact that there's killings on television, you can see that.
And you can see it in person. And so not only that, it's just we've seen it as kids. I've seen police drag up people from my neighborhood. I've seen it all the time. I've seen it happening, knowing that it's wrong and that nobody cared. And so when it happens, even on television, when it came to Trayvon Martin, when it came to any of the other ones, it sucks. Sandra Bland, it's, and we know nothing's gonna happen. It happened. It's been happening since, like I said, since Rodney King, for years, decades, since before Martin Luther King. Obviously, they was hanging us up on trees before all of that. So it was weird that I had a reaction to Renee Good's killing because it's like.
What was your reaction?
It's like I can't even explain it because, like I said, for some reason it's easy for me to understand us being killed, but when they kill a white woman on camera and nothing happens, it's like, okay, so they're just gonna kill everybody. So you're more it's like,
aware of it's game time. Like they just don't care.
So the switch has been flipped already on this level.
Right.
It's like DEFCON then went up again another level.
I saw a video of an officer in a white woman's face screaming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have no rights.
Yeah.
And I think this is the shift that we need because white people are entitled. It just is what it is. Yeah. They're very entitled to everything. Hence the whole, they're stealing our jobs that you're not even qualified for. Jobs you don't even want to do because now we have all these openings and still nobody's working. So it's just like, okay, the entitlement has always been there. I have my rights has always been a thing. Because they have. Traditionally, white people have had rights. And the system was set up to protect them. And the system was set up to help them. Hence, the biggest users of food stamps, the biggest proprietors of all of these things, all these systems that are put in place. It's scary to see the cult-like mentality, and I call it that, and I don't say it lightly, like I genuinely mean a cult, because no matter what Trump does or puts out or what we see, they find a way to spin it to where they're the victim or it's not what we really saw. So like, Charlie Kirk's situation. They were blaming us when it was very clear that it was white on white crime. And I think a lot of these issues we don't call things what they are. White on white crimes, white on white violence. Why are we never coming for the parents when they're school shooters? Why aren't we holding people accountable? Because it's normally white people that need to be held accountable. So now you have white people killing white people in broad daylight. And it's not just people, you have white officers who I use even officers lightly because there's clearly no training. You're seeing them hold, is it Laura Loomer, the dark-haired lady that's always dressed up like a Barbie? Like it's always a fashion show?
Christy No.
She was holding a gun right to the man's head.
Yeah.
And he backed up a little bit, because what are you doing? That's rules. But this is what happens when you have unqualified people or backyard shooters that you've now offered $40,000 signing bonuses that they have not received. They're not trained. They're not qualified. They are just evil people that want to hurt people. Why are you at an elementary school? Why are you using automatic weapons for protests?
So when it comes to people who are in ICE, and I want to ask you this specifically, do you think everybody who is employed by ICE is evil?
Yeah. Do you think that everybody that participated on the German side was evil?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to ask you another question on top of that. Do you think everybody who joins the police, do you think they're evil?
No, my little brother's a police officer.
Okay.
I have several friends that are police officers. I think there's a difference. And there was a woman who was at a comedy show recently and she stood up and was arguing, my sibling is a veteran and they fight in the military. There is a big difference between military and ICE.
Okay.
And I want that to be clear. There's a very big difference between police officers and ICE. Specifically for me, I can say my brother went to school, got a degree, went to the police academy on top of that, and now is an officer. Mm-hmm. All of my friends have had years of education, training, and then got into their field. They didn't just sign a paper and get handed a gun in an SUV. So, no, I think when we're calling these people officers of the law and we're comparing them to military, there's a big difference. They don't even hold their guns properly.
Yeah, because, you know, a lot of people will say, you know, state violence is not only just an ICE thing, it's a police thing, it's a military thing.
I do think police suck. Some police suck. It's improper training. But this is what happens. In my opinion, if you are going to be a police officer, I feel like there should be background checks just like everything else. I feel the same way for doctors and everything. If you have any kind of racist rhetoric that you've ever posted or anything, I do not feel like you should be allowed to be an officer of the law. However, being racist and being in the military or being in the police is not new. Like, I remember my great uncle when I was younger told me when he was in Vietnam fighting, he was being chased because they were looking for his tail. He was like, "What are you doing?"
Right.
And they were like, "Oh, they said they were fighting with monkeys." What? Like, how are we supposed to be together? So I think and that's part of the reason the KKK hide behind their masks, because they are our police officers, they are our doctors, they are
lawyers,
everyday
dentists,
people that are supposed to protect us.
Teachers, professors.
And I do agree with freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want to say.
Right.
You can. But you also need to be able to deal with the repercussions. If you do not like black people, I do not feel like you should have certain jobs. I don't think you should be doctors. I don't think you should be a lawyer. I don't think you should be a police officer. If you don't like white people, I think the same thing applies. Because how can you go in and say, I'm going to protect everyone, yet I have bias towards these people? We all have bias, but there's a difference between being an actual racist and having bias. And I think we've put, and by we, I mean America, because we don't want to count it, but we live here. It's everyone. We allowed this to happen, and now we're dealing with it.
I would also say that racism is ingrained into this job specifically. I mean, like I said, you're saying it's not just being picked up, it's being literally kidnapped in most of these cases. That they're getting detained and they're being sent to a place called Alligator Alcatraz. They're giving nicknames to these different detention centers.
And it's not even a nickname in a sense of nicknames are like funny and it's dramatic.
Right.
This has a moat around it with alligators inside.
Yeah.
There were videos taken of kids crying and whining and the smells coming from it. Did you see the person that was illegally detained for over 60 days? That is a U.S. citizen and had lost over 80 pounds and was just emaciated. Like, granted, jail and prisons have always had issues. Like, you hear jokes about Rikers and how bad it is. Fulton County, you know. You put people in an internment camp, essentially. And now some of them are being shipped off to Ukraine. I don't know if you saw that. Some are being shipped off to Russia. Some are just missing.
Some are getting sent to El Salvador. They're getting sent to CCOT.
Just different countries. Like, this is human trafficking. And I think we need to stop calling it like what it's not and call it for what it is. People are being kidnapped. Children are being trafficked. People are being trafficked. And we're making light of it because they look different than us. And I would hate for you to be a white person on a tan day and be mistaken, because you're going to face the same fate. And then it's not going to be so fun to be Italian. Then it's not going to be so fun to be, a little darker and have those features, because they don't care. They don't care.
I mean, I think we're seeing that, like I said, it's beyond where you're from. It's more so of a...
If you disagree with me.
Exactly.
Is where we're at. And that's very much giving dictator.
Yeah.
It's not protect our borders, protect our jobs, protect this. It's not even giving criminal, because you're going into people's jobs. And the thing that pisses me off with the jobs is, if you've ever participated in the hiring process or you've ever been a manager, the amount of paperwork that you have to do to hire someone is ridiculous. So what do you mean your job has 200 illegal immigrants? Your job has 100 illegal immigrants. Whoever owns the business should be in trouble, and then whoever that hiring manager is should be in trouble. They should all be rounded up together, because your job isn't being stolen, it's being given away. So if the issue is, which I don't agree with this, but I'm just saying, if the issue is, okay, Restaurant Ashley is hiring illegal immigrants, then the manager at the Ashley, the owner of the Ashley, should be in just as much trouble as the illegal immigrants, because I've allowed that into my business. Not just, they did it. Like, they're not, like, what?
I don't know specifically how that happens. I think it's it's either a loophole. I know a lot of bureaucratic systems
A
there
loophole for what?
for people to just come in. But I'm about to get into it. So a lot of bureaucratic systems are very the system in which you can get in either easily or it takes a long time to get in.
Okay.
But there's different ways and pathways to take. Like if you know the easy route, it's easy to get in without having certain documentation. I'm not going to say personally how
I'm
that's
talking
possible.
about getting hired.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Saying
Yeah.
these people don't have IDs,
All of that.
that they are completely illegal.
Yeah.
That means if they are working, I'm aware. Because when I hire somebody, it doesn't matter if you're a corporate or if you're a mom and pop. The documents that need to be filled out for you to do your taxes, which means you are committing a federal crime at that point because tax evasion, you're not paying taxes on the employee because you're not even paying them properly.
Well, I'll give you an example. So, for example, if you let's say you have a foreign ID, whatever it is, from wherever, and you're like, okay, this is my employee, and he's currently in the process of getting
There's
his
a document
citizenship.
for that.
There's a document, right? All it takes is for him to go to a particular office, write his name, and just have this paper to say,
So
hey,
you
he's
believe
actually
that
trying.
all these people are doing that?
No.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
different ways you can do it. As I'm saying, like they all have different ways in which they can come in illegally and work
It's
specifically.
definitely going under the table.
Yeah.
And that's my issue. I don't think that these are people.
But I also
who-
don't think these are the people who are trying to get rid of them.
What do you mean?
The people
The
who
people
are
who hire,
hiring these
they're not- yeah, they want them to
immigrants and
stay.
don't care. I don't think these are the people who get
Yeah.
rid of them.
Are you?
Hell yeah.
No.
It's not a.
The farmers
So
that
it's
call
not a.
the Hyundai, like what? They're literally calling on
No,
their
the
own
farmers are
employees.
not
Farmers
calling.
weren't the ones
Farmers
who
are not the
called.
one calling. No,
But they did at the beginning.
not even back then. Not even back
The
then.
Hyundai thing
They
wasn't.
want them.
and
Hyundai
it
wasn't nobody
an
at
owner.
Hyundai.
It was a person.
This person
outside
outside.
of Hyundai.
Yeah, all this stuff is happening from outside people.
But
This is not people inside
even
them.
the Hyundai issue, those people were still being treated poorly because they kept their visas, and those people were brought over to train. That issue was multi-layered. It was kind of good that she called.
Well, the Hyundai thing was just Hyundai doing its thing because I
Yeah,
think
that's what
Hyundai
Hyundai does.
They outsource anyway.
Yeah, that's outsourced. Yeah, that was a deal between.
That's like
Kemp,
if Toyota brought
yeah,
a
Kemp knew
dealership
what was going on over there, but
Yeah.
it's cool because
I know
it's
what
South Korea is taking
happened,
care
but
of
what
that.
I'm saying is, as Americans, we had a deal with Hyundai for them to come over here.
Mm-hmm.
They were supposed to train our employees. During that process, those I'm trying to think, were they Korean?
They were Korean.
Korean, yeah.
Those Koreans had their passports taken, and they were being treated like shit by the Americans that asked them to be here. So her whistleblowing helped uncover a way bigger issue than what we were aware of. Because they don't want to come back.
It was a bigger issue, but
That was known.
They weren't here
It's-
illegally.
it's in the sphere where it's going to be covered and pushed to the side because
That's all
not
known.
The,
That's all known.
That's not the objective.
That's the deal between. So the Hyundai deals, specifically car dealerships, are completely different. It's like the avenue of them is like feudalism. If y'all know how that works, it's weird. So basically, Hyundai had to deal with Georgia, right? Governor Kemp. He knows what's going on over there. Whether it's illegal or the situations were bad,
No, it was
whatever.
very legal is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. What was illegal is stealing someone's passport that comes
Yeah.
here to train your people
They
to
knew
work.
that. They know that.
Who knew that?
Kemp, all of them.
Right.
The government.
But Hyundai was unaware that this is how their people were being treated,
No,
which is why they're not
Hyundai
coming
knew that.
back.
Hyundai knew that too.
Hyundai sent a private
They were-
plane
they
to
were
come
cool
and
on
get
that.
their people. They
Yeah,
did not know.
because of the ICE situation. So if it was left alone, they would never have cared.
The articles that I saw
Mm-hmm.
and that I read, Hyundai was completely unaware. And Hyundai is the people, because Trump lied and said that he
They're
sent
definitely
the
going to
plane.
say that they're aware, but
I mean, unaware. You mean?
yeah, they're going to say they're unaware.
Yeah.
So
but,
you think that Hyundai was aware that the people they sent over
yeah.
here to train were being treated like that?
Yeah. It's a deal between Hyundai. They have Hyundai cars being sold here so that GDP for Georgia.
There's no way
it's
a company like that
game.
doesn't know.
It's a money game.
There's no way.
Because they control everything. Hyundai controls everything that's going on within their company, 100%. Full stop. This is why Kip is going over there back and forth, because Hyundai's pissed that they sent ICE in there to uncover all of that shit. So now Hyundai's playing defense.
I think the easiest way for us to figure out if that's true would be to see if that reopens.
I don't think it will.
I think
For another couple of years.
I don't think Hyundai was aware of how their staff was being treated personally.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's 50-50,
I don't think so.
you know, but
I don't think they knew. Because it sounds very similar to how we have these immigrants living in these facilities. Like, it doesn't, I mean, but
the government sees them as free money. Simple as that.
But it wasn't free money.
Those at the top in South Korea, who also have a terrible government, are cool with that as well. We're basically trafficking their South Korean citizens in America with a deal from Georgia to South Korea. This is why Kemp is literally
everybody sucks.
Everybody sucks on both levels, South Korea and the United States. But they're going to news media outlets saying, "Oh, we didn't know." They're playing defense. This has been going on. The reason why I know is because I've seen the South Korean TikTokers talk about this, or I've seen the South Korean media talk about Hyundai.
And they said that Hyundai was aware?
They're saying Hyundai's aware of everything that goes on in terms of any kind of, not only them, just China. All the Asian companies know what's going on with their own people in other states because they control everything. This is why we don't have Chinese people or Chinese cars here specifically, is because of that reason. We have Korean, we have Japanese, because they're cool with that shit heavily. China's not as cool with that shit as the other Asian markets are. So that's the main thing. But specifically with immigration, because that's an issue and that's what's going on. Do you believe that we should have any kind of organization that deals with immigration? A lot of people are saying that ICE should be abolished. What do you think about that?
I think it's a slippery slope, right? It's almost like this presidency sucks. Do we just get rid of a president? Like, do we just take a break and let all 50 states just handle their own shit? Since clearly we can't allow one person and just trust them. I think this regime of ICE will never be able to make a comeback based on what's happening now. So, yes, I think ICE is going to need to completely dismantle and rebrand.
Rebrand, okay.
I think what it was initially started for versus what it's become has been very different. But that's what happens when you have an unqualified dictator in office. Trump told us everything. It was just we didn't listen. And by we, I mean all of the idiots that voted
we
for
listened.
him.
We heard that nigga loud and clear.
I think there is a need for immigration control. Okay. There is a need to come into this country properly. I'm not going to say like, oh, you don't belong here, oh, you can't do this, or oh, you can't do that. But I do think that there's a right way to do things. I think our system regarding immigration for a long time has been broken. Hence the green card marriages. And Adam Sandler had the movie forever ago when he was faking to get his green card. Do you remember? With his best friend. And with his wife had passed.
It was what was it called?
Him and the guy from Paul Bart Mall Cop.
That was for insurance. They were pretending to be married. That was for insurance. That wasn't a green card.
It was a good movie, though.
There was a movie where they were pretending for a green card. Anyways.
There was a movie about pretending for a green card. I don't remember what movie it was.
The marriage to green card has always been like a joke. Or like somebody's going to pay you and you're going to be married and fake it. The facts that it's this hard to get here, I think it shouldn't be. I'm not saying it should be simple. But I feel like if you can contribute, if you pass the process and you're not a pedophile and you're not a crazy, crazy criminal or a drug lord, I feel like what's the problem? America is literally built on the backs of immigrants. And I think people forget that. Like, that's what makes America, America. When you can go to Little Italy, when you can go to Little Poland, when you can go to Little Jamaica, Little Haiti, when you can go and have these experiences and try the different food. Like, I love going to Duluth, just driving down the street. Do I want Korean? Do I want Chinese? Do I want Jamaican? Like, what do I want? I can get it.
Facts.
That's what makes it. I think it falls into white people being afraid that they're no longer going to be the top, but that's always weird to me because white people don't claim being white. I've never heard a white person say, I'm white from the mountains of Caucasus. I'm Italian, I'm Polish, I'm German, I'm Scottish.
I don't know, I never really talked to white people about their heritage.
White people will give you a list of 20 things that they are.
I mean, there are 20 things, aren't there?
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe.
But I mean, I've never heard a white person just say, I'm white, I'm German, I'm Irish, I'm Scottish, and I'm 25% Native. I did my test. Like, they're going to hold on to that Native American. But I mean, they do, like, I've never just heard a white person identify as white. So I know we've had this conversation before, but I think it's the fear of being the minority because they see how minorities are treated. However, what's the issue? Like, if we're out here doing what we're supposed to do and treating people fairly and equally, what is the problem?
Well, I can't.
What's the problem?
I wouldn't know. I mean, I feel like even as a minority, I I care about being a minority, but at the same time, like I'm proud of being black, 100%. So it's
Are
weird.
you asking what's the problem? Like, why do they feel this way towards immigrants?
Yeah, like what is the big issue behind?
So what I think it is we're finally getting to a point where, I don't know if when you were younger you heard this a lot, the middle class was going to no longer exist.
Yeah.
A lot of white people lived in the middle class.
And
And now
still
they're
do.
realizing that the middle class doesn't exist, and they don't know that the reason this is happening is not because of immigrants.
It's 'cause of 1%.
Of the
Right.
1%. But they're blaming immigrants. The 1% was, I hate to say it, but they were smart enough to push the blame onto somebody else.
Oh, for sure.
And so now white people are thinking, if you remove immigrants from the equation, the prices of things will make sense again. The money you make will make sense again. But because the 1% keeps rising, we're going to keep falling. The middle class, it gets smaller and smaller every day to the point where there really isn't a middle class. And a lot of white people don't realize that. So now, immigrants are the scapegoat. That's what I think it is, at least. It's,
I think
No, that's
it's-
part of it. That's
a
100%
good
part of it.
it's a
point.
class.
I think
it's a
it's
class-based.
Plus,
gap.
I think it's population. Their numbers are dwindling.
yeah.
But I feel like there's
Not
'Cause
by
they're-
that much,
'cause
though.
what
They're
they
still
saying?
the
They're
majority
saying
by
it's-
a large gap.
They're saying immigrants are taking their jobs. I mean,
White people are still the
Well, their
majority
birth rates
by
are
a
declining
large.
rapidly.
I mean, everybody's birth rates are
no,
declining.
but white birth rates, like they just posted it.
Everybody.
I seen that with the-
I think. I mean, I get that, but everybody's declining.
Well, yeah, who the fuck wants to have kids right now?
We talked about it in the relationship episode. Nobody's getting together. People aren't having kids.
I'm not
like,
even talking relationships. Who the fuck wants to have a child when you have school shootings, you have ICE coming into the school, you have all kinds of things happening.
there's too much going on.
Not to mention,
Rent's high.
you can't afford it.
Rent's high, food's
Groceries
high.
high.
You can afford it. I'm gonna
Gas
take
high.
the partner out.
Everything
just
high.
everything. And now reproduction is at a low rate. There's so many people that are doing IVF, IUI. People cannot naturally reproduce.
if I had a kid right now, bro, you know how much money sink could be. That's crazy. Like,
Children are expensive. I think.
and if
that-
your baby mama sorry,
well, you shouldn't have a baby mom. You should have a
Oh,
wife.
shit.
So, I mean, there's that. Anyways, what I was going to say was I think the best thing, I rarely feel like a minority per se.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I feel like I can go, like, I live in Roswell, predominantly white. Even when I'm there, I don't feel like a minority. I don't know if it's a lack of comfortability that white people have or a lack of being, and the only reason I'm coming for white people is because y'all seem to have the biggest issue with immigration. So, I mean, take it or leave it. But even if I'm in all black spaces, like we're on Auburn Ave, if I'm walking around, I don't feel like, oh my God, there's so many black people here.
No.
Like, I don't notice it. Same with Roswell. I'm not like, oh my God, there's so many white people here. There will be times that, like, if somebody acts funny or looks funny, I'll look around and I'll be like, oh, I'm the only black person in here. Got it. But outside of
You
that,
gotta stay vigilant. You never walked into a restaurant. Well, I've walked into a restaurant and I'll look around. Like after a while of sitting there, the vibe feel a little weird.
no, because I be having good vibes.
Certain restaurants, yeah, he's right.
Certain restaurants.
Like where?
I can't think of one
You
right
can
now.
just
I haven't been to one in a
go
while.
to any restaurant. Well, me personally,
But as my
I'm
friends
not
would
gonna
call
lie.
it, it's a yuppie restaurant.
Yeah, if I go to any super all white restaurant, I'm definitely gonna be uncomfortable off the rip. Like,
Like where? I need
If
an
I see
example.
no people of color, like I don't mean like black, I don't need to see black people. If I don't see no Hispanics, no Asians, no nothing, I just see white people, I'm gonna say,
I walked into a few places like that and I didn't think about it until I looked around and I was like, oh, I guess there's not anybody else in here. And then, I mean, it got packed later and there was diversity.
no, I mean it's packed and it's not.
I've been in packed places.
no.
Do
Like,
you remember?
So you know what? I got a perfect example. Back in the day, Buckhead Diner.
I was about to say Buckhead Saloon.
I went to Buckhead Diner, and Buckhead Diner, I'm thinking it's just like a diner.
Okay.
We walk in there, it's a bunch of white people dressed up in suits and everything. They were like, I was like, oh, do we have to be dressed a certain way? They were like, no, you're fine. I had on shorts and t-shirt. My friend, she had on regular clothes too. And
Your little
we
friend?
sat down. No. Friend, not little friend. We sat down, we got something to drink, but it felt uncomfortable.
Really?
Like, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
It felt very uncomfortable.
But
Like
I thought-
everybody looking at you. You see them looking at you. Same thing happened to me in Japan.
But Japan's very racist.
Oddly enough, it wasn't Japanese people.
Who was it?
It was some European people.
So I feel like, I'm trying to think, unless I'm in like a very country white area where I see Confederate flags everywhere. Like when I used to drive home from Florida, like from Florida to PA, there are certain places I do not stop. Period.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not.
True.
It's
On the
not
highway, they
happening.
had they got a big Trump poster.
Yeah, not stopping.
Like going straight down the,
So when
I used to pass it all the time.
When I see Trump, no abortions, save the children, and then I see like it's normally a field with like all little crosses, and then I see a Jesus, I'm not stopping.
If I see a road with
I'm not stopping.
American flags painted on the road, I'm not stopping.
Yeah. But I just meant like places. Like,
if you hear banjos,
and those
drive
are the
faster.
places. And these people that I feel like are so afraid of this, that's where they need to move. Because then they'd be perfect. There's a black guy on social media who goes to like white only towns. And I mean, he has a time over there. But that's where they should go. And I do agree. Like, if you want to stay to your white culture and you don't want anybody else, you should move to a place. And then I feel like to really do it, don't use any inventions by anybody of color. Just stick with your people.
I mean, I think it's eat your cake. Well, what is it?
Have
What's it
your
called?
cake and eat
Have
it
your
too.
cake and eat
That's
it
what it
too.
is. I mean, isn't that what fascism is? It's like, it's the idea of basically you are ruling a certain people. You know that they're doing those people wrong, but you want to make sure that you're good, regardless, right? Like, you want to make sure that the ruler is specifically targeting those people and not you instead.
Well, y'all better wake up because you're being targeted. These 3 white people that just got killed. I mean, it is what it is.
Because I mean, we seen everybody has seen the highway videos. Why are you stopping me? I'm not black. We've seen these videos.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and the entitlement goes crazy.
Like when
I think of like in high school seeing people spit on police officers or scream and yell like, I know my fucking rights, like screaming. I'm like, oh my God, I could never.
Do I look black to you? Shit like that, or
but that goes to show a bigger problem because one, you know that there's a problem, you're just glad that it's not happening to you. And that's diabolical. That is diabolical. Like, you are so happy that it's not happening to you, and I think ICE is exposing all of that.
Yeah. No, I mean, you said it. I always think about what you said. Before, I want to say either
I'm always right.
before the election or either after the election. You said, I kind of want him to get elected because this needs to happen because he's going to expose and show everything.
The way Seattle is showing out, the way Minneapolis is showing out, like, everybody needs to follow suit. The way the governor of California...
Gavin, yeah.
took the picture with Trump on his knees. Like,
hey, that was the knee pads. He gave all the knee pads to all the senators or all the businessmen that were sucking Trump dick. He said, "Here, let me give you these knee pads, bro." Gavin is insane, bro.
Is he insane or is he calling it out? My thing is,
both.
White people don't listen to us. They're gonna listen to each other. It needs to be a white man to white man conversation, and people like Gavin, people that are going to stand up, that's the only way that this is going to work. Yeah. And it's going to completely break down before it gets better. And I feel like there's a government shutdown coming. It's going to happen. It's going to be shut down for a while. So I hope you guys, spend all the government assistance you have. But ICE is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Because now ICE is just going out and attacking innocent Americans. And regardless of what side you're on, you didn't agree to this, you didn't sign up for this. There are so many people now that ICE has shed light on the fact that this is not what I agreed to. Mm-hmm. This is not what I voted for. So I think ICE is going to be what really makes it. And Trump is using ICE as his personal private security, and he's using it to take out whoever disagrees with him. And it's going to get worse before it gets better. There's going to be a lot more people that are unfortunately dealing with these things, but I do like to see people fighting back.
Do you think we'll ever fight back enough for it to change?
It doesn't need to be us, it has to be white people. So by we need to sit this out and mind our business. Like,
do we need to sit this out though?
Yeah. In your home where you are safe. Yes, you absolutely need to keep your black ass in your home.
Should we support?
Yes. Support what?
So we shouldn't support
what?
The removal of ICE.
How do we support the removal of ICE?
I'm saying like in terms of saying like, hey, this what they're doing is bad.
We said that.
And we should just leave it at that?
What does support look like to you?
It's many different ways. I'm just saying like,
I'm tired of black people always having to do it. Y'all created this problem. You didn't want to listen to us. The voter suppression that's about to occur, there's nothing we can do about this.
Mm-hmm.
And white women thinking that these rules were only going to affect black people, like you talk about a traditional home, well, you now aren't going to be able to vote because you were traditional and you took your husband's last name, meaning your name now does not match your birth certificate, meaning you can't vote. So when these midterm elections happen, Trump is more than likely going to lose, and it's going to be very divided. And when that happens, ICE is going to be sent to the polls. He said this. So
I don't think they're gonna be sent to the polls. That's
Okay.
They more than likely will.
you're very
You think
cute
ICE
and
is gonna be
naive.
sent to the polls?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
He's probably moving them now. That's why they were showing up in blue states.
What?
I don't think they're gonna be sent
You're
to the polls.
so sweet.
You just said it earlier.
You're
They're
so
showing up in
sweet.
blue states.
Are you just
That's in blue states.
trying to
Why?
To the
encourage-
polls?
Why do
to
you?
the polls?
Well, they're not gonna come. He's not gonna say go directly.
Oh,
and-
I think so. I think
Oh,
there
that's
are
crazy.
going to be armed
He's
people
gonna have a-
That's
at libraries.
that's a
They
whole
better
other
have,
level
they
of.
better have an impeachment ready to go.
There are who's going to impeach him? That's what you guys are missing. If he is still technically in power, these people are so cult-like right now. He put out on his Twitter, where we know that's where all the legit government info comes from, right? Reporting live from the shitty desk. Okay? He tweeted that picture of Michelle and Barack Obama as monkeys. And everybody said that that was a lie. Then he tripled down and said, yeah, I did it. And they said, no, you don't know what you're talking about. So that man said he's going to send ICE to the polls. He is absolutely sending ICE to the polls. And the fact that they're in Atlanta, they're in all the states that he didn't technically win.
That's what I was saying. I was saying
They're in-
everywhere where it's blue, he
they're in the
already
states
is
he
putting
didn't
them there.
win.
But Atlanta,
They're going to the states.
They weren't blue. Georgia wasn't blue.
I don't think so. Not this time.
They're going to the states where he requested the ballots to be recounted. He sent armed guards to go get the votes.
They get the votes, yeah.
So do you genuinely think he's not about to tamper with this and have armed ICE sitting outside
No, he's definitely
there?
going to try.
They're going to be there, I guarantee.
But I'll be really surprised if he actually becomes successful.
As surprised as you are with them
Yeah.
just going to preschools and killing people. All of this that's happening is set up so we are desensitized. Do you hear us talking about random adults outside of a fucking preschool? Illegal immigration in a preschool should never be in the same sentence.
I agree.
Yet,
You shouldn't be detaining 5-year-old kids and none of that.
Yeah.
I figured it was gonna happen eventually.
I knew it was going to
I ain't
happen.
gonna lie. Like I wasn't really surprised. Like when they killed the first white person, I wasn't surprised. I was like, okay, so now what happens? Then they killed another white person, and so I'm like, okay, so then there's no rules.
No, it started with for me. ICE really. This is where I knew ICE was a major problem. Was when they took that dude. They say he's part of that gang, and they sent him to Salvador.
Yeah.
That's when I knew shit was going crazy because he was actually an American citizen. He was not a part of a gang, and they still sent his ass up the river. That's when I knew shit was about to start in the fan.
And where has he been?
And then
Like,
it started.
people are calling
Then it started
and
ramping
asking
up
for these
crazy.
people.
Yeah.
We are currently a part
I
of the
wouldn't want to
biggest...
come back.
We-
I wouldn't want to come back.
I mean, where else is he
here
gonna
over El
go?
Salvador, yes, you would.
No, not. I'm saying not this in Salvador. I wouldn't just. No, I'm saying I wouldn't want to come back to the U.S.
Right,
I
go
would
to
get my
Europe,
shit and
Canada.
go elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Dip off.
We are currently living in the biggest history discussion that will be had for the next 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
It is the New Age Holocaust.
There's one
And
thing we can hope for. I'm not gonna lie, because imagine if his regime is able to keep control. Then the history books aren't going to paint it like we're talking about it now.
so it's going to be...
History is always determined by the person who is the victor in whatever sense,
Well, it's
right?
his story, right?
So if he does, let's say he does find a way to stay in office or continue his, essentially start a reign.
He'll have to literally exhaust all of his executive powers with
He
what he
would,
has.
yeah.
Because what I've seen, a lot of media pundits been saying this, and it makes a lot of sense. The difference between him and Hitler is Hitler was actually popular. So like the common man in Germany actually fucked with Hitler heavily.
Right.
The common man here in America does not fuck with
And
Trump
he's
heavily.
dropping down.
Maybe
And
not
he's
the common
dropping.
man.
He's losing
He
elections.
is losing.
He's losing special
power.
elections. The
The
difference
com-
is
He's
that he
losing power,
won because
yeah.
of the swing votes. He did not win because of Republican votes. It was the
He
swing
didn't win
votes.
because of any votes. Like, let's be for real. Like, stop trying to make it make sense. He didn't win because of any votes, because if he won because of votes, he wouldn't have been blowing up mailboxes. And he wouldn't be
So
demanding recounts.
you on the rig side? You like it's fully rigged. He got rigged to get in.
1,000% fucking.
Okay.
That election was stolen. The same way all those redneck, uneducated people stood for 4 years saying Obama is not their president. It was stolen. This election was stolen. It was. It was stolen. It was lied, and you guys are idiots. And that's what I have to say.
You just robbed everybody.
Absolutely. Because, and what's crazy is the false information wasn't enough. Because Twitter, Elon was his puppet, sending out all fake news. Like, you coin a term, fake news, and then you literally cause fake news. But what I'm saying is, all of this setup is so we don't know what to believe. We have a man that is extremely manipulative, and his health is declining.
Terribly.
He's literally shitting himself.
Definitely shit
meetings.
himself, for sure.
Like,
You seen that?
The faces behind him, he literally sat there.
Girl she was like,
it was recorded with sound.
Mitch McConnell.
He's sitting there. First of all, he sits on a blanket because he shits himself so often. He's mic'd up, and
He's old.
He's mic'd up, and you hear. And then somebody behind him immediately goes, I'll send you the video.
Yeah.
The woman behind him goes like this, and she's trying to like ask them like, when are they wrapping up? All his little fake no-lip press secretaries kick media out.
Bro, they was like,
get up, let's go.
That shit was crazy.
This
I
is
was like,
done.
damn.
This is done. They were in the middle of talking. Wrap it up. Turn off the cameras. They were dragging people out, and the lady is sitting back there like this. So I say all that to say, Trump is not going to last long, but these people are. And what I think is going to happen is he's going to win the midterm elections because I don't think he's going to allow them to take place.
Win?
I said win. I don't think he's going to allow them to take place. There is going to be a divide. This country is going to be shut down, and there's going to be a big back and forth. And I don't think when he said you will never vote again, I believe that. I believe that there might be an attempt at votes. ICE is going to be there, but then we're never going to have the real election. There's not going to be a real who's in what seat, who's in this. There's going to be a lot more people going up missing, and there's going to be right versus wrong. And I'm not talking Republicans and Democrats. It's going to be Trump versus everybody else. And it's going to be a long situation.
So you think civil war is inevitable?
I don't know if I would classify it as a civil war, but I know it's about to be a mess. I don't know if it's just going to be a free-for-all, people out, pum-puming people. I don't know what it's going to be, but I know it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. And I feel like the True ID was a step, because when I think back to 2019, I got my True ID in 2019.
You talking about the real ID?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, the real ID with the star.
Yeah.
I think that was a stop on illegal immigration because you have to put your birth certificate when you go.
Yeah.
And you get it. So now you'll be charged $45 when you do a domestic flight.
Yeah.
If you don't have it. So I think that they were doing little things to have a count of people so that they know everything is done with intention. But I think shit is about to hit the fan. And it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. And I think what's going to happen is people are going to fall off, and it's going to be states versus states instead of just a country. It's going to be Florida supports Trump, Atlanta doesn't. I don't know if that's true or not, or Georgia doesn't.
Y'all gotta watch Civil War, man.
It's going to be California versus Florida. It's going to be, and it's going to be internal issues. And I think that it's not, when I said history books, I'm not talking like next year. I'm talking like 15 years. It's going to be a look back at the hot ass mess.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think?
I mean, if it goes your way, there won't be a hot ass mess. It'll be a triumph, is what it'll be called.
Yeah, it'll be a triumph.
There will not be any dehumanizing or looking at Trump
if his
in a bad
regime
way.
is able to take control of the government for the next 20 years.
I think it's going to be similar to the Holocaust. I don't think Trump's going to be in there for 15 years.
I mean, how long was Hitler in there for? Like 20? Well, not 20, but I'm saying like his actual reign.
I don't think it was that long.
I think it was like
10 years.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I mean,
I don't think it's
it
going
didn't
to be
take
that
long for us to be like,
when I say,
that nigga's a dickhead. You know what I'm saying?
When I say it's going to be split, I mean there's going to be those states like Florida
So
that are okay with being illiterate.
he had 12 years.
12 years. Okay.
I think Trump, it'll be 3 to 4 years to get him out of office completely, but I think states are going to do their own thing.
Okay.
And it's going to be
if we went into Civil War.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
It's a war.
after this election, I feel like it's going to be I wouldn't go to Florida. Like, be careful.
Hey, you
California's a
wouldn't
good
go to
place.
any red states at that point.
Like,
It
go
would,
here,
it
go
would
here.
essentially require that there are people who are in opposition to him in places of power.
And there are.
As long as there's
There
people,
are, because
and
you can see.
if we can make sure the midterms does work, right? If we can bypass what he tries to do,
But
right?
that's where I think the problem, and that's where I think it's going to fraction, because he knows that no one is going to vote for him the way he thinks that they are, because everyone is switching. It's changing too fast. I think he was down. I think his approval rate's like 35% right now.
It's terrible. It's 37. Yeah, you're close though. Yeah,
Okay,
facts.
so we have how many weeks until?
When is midterms?
Not until November.
November. Okay, so I thought. Yeah, we got a minute.
He's gonna be at zero
He's got
by
a year.
November.
He's got it.
So the states, like the Jasmine Crockett's, are aware that he's not going to leave. So there has to be contingency plans ready. I think states are going to have to reel in their National Guards and put their foot down and say, no, you're not listening to the president's decree. And what's going to happen is it's going to be state versus president. And then enough states are going to get the balls to say no. And then it's just going to be, how do we get him out of office? The issue is going to come into play with how many states are on his side versus how many states aren't.
I think Republicans are going to play ball with Democrats to try to get him out.
And I think one of the best things, if we could get rid of the Republican Democrat and just vote for people,
That'll never happen.
I wish it would.
That will never happen.
I
That
wish-
would be
Not now.
chaotic. No,
Not right now.
The only reason I'm saying
We have to
It takes a
continue.
martyr.
We have to continue
and
to
we
have.
can continue that, but I think the issue with the Republican and Democrat is now Trump has ruined the term Republican. And when you hear Republican now, people immediately think Trump. And it's almost like, are you a Republican or are you a Trump supporter? Because there's a difference.
But I mean, let's take it.
It's MAGA and you got Republicans.
Let's take it. We're kind of detracting, but let's take it back a little further. Republican already had a negative connotation, at least in the black community.
Because
already.
of the way
before Trump.
Because
of Reagan.
And that's why I'm saying, if we can redo it and come up with like legit terms, because the Republican versus Democrat doesn't make sense in general. And like a lot of people vote Democrat, and Democrats don't always have our best bet.
Facts.
And it is what it is.
Facts.
And I'm not saying that you need to
think-
be Republican, but I think that this system has been set up for so many years, and it was a blueprint. It wasn't the rules, and we just ran.
I get what you're saying. I don't necessarily think there's a clean answer to that.
I don't think there is either. And I think that's why.
The two-party
Because
system is terrible. I mean,
The two-party system is not great, but
But this situation is
It's-
going to
I
show
think
how
it's-
bad it really
I
is.
think
That's
it's
true. That's true.
better than the alternative. Which would you guys want to be under an oligarchy? Would you want to be under a
No. I mean,
So I don't mean it like
dictatorship?
that.
Would you
I
want-
don't mean it like
you know,
that.
Or
I mean
even
it-
if there's multiple parties, you got to think about whose interests are they truly serving. You could have somebody who's like, oh, I want to do everything in the interest of black people, but then you're going to have other black people who say, well, that's not in my best interest, because you have to look out for the rich black people, you have to look out for the poor black people, and their views and values aren't going to align. Same thing with rich white people, poor white people. So it's harder. I think it's not a clean answer. I get where you're coming from.
It's not.
I
But
just don't think
I
there's
think with
a
what happened,
clean answer to that one.
it's going to destroy the way that we look at Democrat and Republican, and the fact that they're going to have to team up. It's going to be like, well, you're not a real Republican, you're not a real Democrat. Because like, think about how they're talking about people with the New York situation. How'd you vote for him?
Donnie.
Yeah.
And Democrats were against him, but I think that's good that's the nature of things, right? You got to test the waters of shit to break it to see.
And it's about to get broke.
Yeah, hell yeah, I mean, like I said, once again, you called the fact that this shit needed to happen to break a lot of the systems that we have in place today. Therefore, we can rebuild the system in a better, more efficient way. Once again, Zohran Mamdani, because of everything that's going on, is a democratic socialist.
Imagine if
We've
we
never
didn't
seen
even
that
have
happening.
that. If we just voted for people based on what are you going to do?
I mean, what are you? That nigga, he
I
said
mean, at
he's.
the end of the day, that is kind of what you vote for.
That's
people.
what you get.
And that's
You
what
want
I'm
them to
saying.
say what you are.
If we strip that away, we strip the colors away, because we're so focused on everything dividing us, and it has not fucking worked. It doesn't work. So who cares about a color? What are you here to do? And that's it.
We can never have a system like that because money.
Yeah, lobbying is a big piece of this.
Well,
Again,
you see how it's working.
Capitalism. Yeah, I
You
mean,
can still
well,
lobby.
they,
You
they,
can still
they
lobby.
They backed the wrong horse. Now they have to deal with it, and they're going to deal with
It's
it.
not they. We have to deal with it,
I mean,
because this is very much our problem. My food is higher, my gas is
our
higher.
problem, but now that it has become their problem,
Oh, yeah.
which is why that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, there are people who kind of control what goes on over us.
Ain't
Like
no
I know they
We
teach
saw
us.
that when he got elected.
We're taught that we have some sense, we have some say, and you should get out and vote. You should get out and do everything that you're supposed to do because you do have a voice in everything. And I know
When
it
you
can
go out to
feel
vote,
like
go vote in a buddy system. If we are able to, I'm not even being funny. Like, take your husband, take your brother, if you're a woman, you need to go with somebody because these polls are not going to be safe.
Definitely going to group, especially if
it's
you never.
not
it would
going
be
to be safe.
a detriment to him because they voted for him.
It's not going to be safe. But I mean,
Predominantly Hispanic and immigrants voted for Trump.
when I remember we both for Trump. I know.
We will.
When
Vote
we
Donald
went
Trump.
to vote this year, normally in all of my experience of voting, you're not allowed to wear paraphernalia. Like there's not.
Oh, they had like voting for
You're not
this
supposed to
person.
say
Yeah.
Trump 2026 when you go to. You're not supposed to wear that
They
shit.
probably don't care now.
They weren't playing. The black ladies at the library was not playing.
They used to kick you out.
You
but
cannot wear that, sir.
Here in Atlanta, and when you pull up to vote, they're not supposed to be like right out there.
The
there
system
were
is
several
just
places,
not-
but that's why I'm saying there's going to be a lot of changes, and if that's how
There
it was,
needs to be. I don't know if there is.
if
going
that's
to
how
be.
it was when we were voting for the president, how do you think it's going to be now? Is what I'm saying. Like, if that's how they were before he got in office and they were that emboldened, how do you think it's going to be now? You don't think they're going to be trying to blow up these little libraries that they feel like are going to be his opposition? You don't think that they're going to try to get people or hurt people? Like, it just, if you guys are breaking the legal
I wish I could
rules-
say there was like a simple solution, but there isn't. I've always said it would be interesting if we were able to digify voting, but we can't.
Hell no.
That's easily corruptible.
Big hack.
That's easily
It's embarrassing
corruptible.
though with these Olympics, the way they talking about us. But back to ICE and immigration.
In closing, Super Bowl is literally today when we're,
As of filming.
as we're filming. Well, Seahawks should win. If y'all don't win, by the time this comes out,
You losing
if
some
y'all,
money?
If the Patriots win, y'all breaking the Drake
if
curse.
y'all don't win,
I'm gonna just say
y'all
it.
sorry as shit.
Wait, did you see Kim Kardashian and Kylie both voted for somebody?
Nah, I know Kendall had a whole commercial.
So Kendall voted. She said who she thought was going to win. And then Kim said the opposite team because they're trying to break the Kardashian curse.
I never knew that was a thing. That was the first time I ever heard of that shit in my life.
Really?
We heard of the Drake curse. We ain't
That's the
heard
one.
of the
What's the Drake
Kardashian.
curse?
Whoever Drake backs
Loses
loses
every time. Every time.
Well, I think the Kardashian curse could still be true because Kendall's a Jenner. She's not a Kardashian.
I mean, I think it is. I mean, everybody she's dated has had some kind of major injury. That's
Potato,
apparently
potato.
apparently that is the Kardashian curse, whatever that is.
I mean, so then who's going to lose in this case? I mean, it was a good game to play.
Kendall's dating what? Timothy?
No, that's a
You think
that's
Kim's
Kim.
team is going to lose?
That's Kylie.
It's Kylie. It's Kylie. Who
I
did
thought
Kim pick?
Kylie was dating the actor.
Yeah, Timothy.
Chalamet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way,
I don't keep up with the Kardashians.
Ice is supposed to be
man.
out there because Bad Bunny is performing
He's
tonight.
an American citizen, you fucking idiots. This is why we need libraries.
That's ignorance and all kinds of shit. They just don't like him speaking Spanish because I don't know. That's weird.
Because they
shit.
don't understand it. But I bet if he was speaking anything else, it wouldn't. Why is it so cool when y'all can speak Russian or y'all? Oh, I learned this in
They
this other camp.
they found something to harp on in there.
It's one of those cool when you're rich but bad when you're poor.
Because
like
look,
when you're rich and you speak
one
multiple
thing
languages.
I
cool.
will say, I think the reason they are so hard on immigrants is because look at what happened when they tried to do it to black people. They're looking at it historically what happened, right?
What happened when they tried to do it with black people?
Historically, black people, we had the whole civil rights movement. We had the different protests, the different riots.
But wait,
Then-
what are you saying
then
they
during
did
the-
to black people? I'm confused.
When they tried to suppress us and, marginalize us, the whole Black Lives Matter thing, when all these cops
That's
were
not
killing.
the same.
No, what I'm saying is what it looks like to me at least.
It
is that
demonizes them as
when
a
they
whole.
tried to do this to black people, the whiplash was much worse,
yeah.
right? Immigrants, people are coming out for immigrants. People are protesting.
They're afraid of the rebound.
But we haven't had what was that Target incident. We haven't had anything that crazy. We haven't had the looting. We haven't had the killing and the shooting and the breaking bricks and all
Y'all cannot
that.
compare black people to immigrants.
Well,
It's
that's
not
what
the same.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's because you saw what happened when the Black Lives Matter. I mean, it wasn't us. that started the looting. I still think it was a white person.
It's
who
always
went
the
in
white people.
Yeah, it's white people
And
doing
then-
it, and then
but-
try to mask it like it was us. Some crazy
it was
shit.
never-
That was what? That was his first term, right? That was during his first term.
I think so. Yeah.
So that's what happened his first term, and they said, "Yo, you can't do any of that shit. Don't rile up the black people." So he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go harder on the immigrants because
I don't think it's that.
that's what it looked like to me." That's exactly what it looked
It's
like
a
to
rebound.
me.
It's a rebound effect because, like I said, if it doesn't become successful, it rebounds on them. It's like, okay, you guys are bad because you guys are talking down on these particular struggling minorities.
And they have more backing, and they have more sympathy. I hate to say it, like they have more sympathy on their side, more support for the immigrants, right? For getting rid of the immigrants, which is
Supporting somebody that voted for this is crazy. Personally, I feel like if you're an immigrant and you voted for this, you should have been the first people deported because they already have your information.
we said that in that episode.
I suggest y'all, in closing, this article by Ta-Nehisi Coates is one of the greatest writers and news writers currently. He's a black dude out of Baltimore. Y'all should definitely look him up. Amazing. He writes for Variety. He had an article called, it's about the homeland. It's about ICE and what happened. And I'm going to put the link in the video on YouTube. Y'all should read that. He talks about ICE and what they're supposed to be doing, what they're doing currently, and his opinions on it and whatnot. And it's based on the homeland. Obviously, Department of Homeland Security, what the word means. What does homeland mean? This is obviously back in the 1800s when, because the Department of Homeland Security started with 9/11. And so, you remember what happened with 9/11? They started prosecuting a lot of Muslims, basically, picking them up, you know what I'm saying? A lot of discriminatory things towards Muslim people. And basically, claiming the homeland. This is our home, even though in reality we know what happened when it came to Native Americans when they first got here. So what is the homeland? But I'll definitely link that article. Y'all should definitely watch it in full. Read it in full. Great article. Obviously, we don't have the solution right now in terms of what's going on. We could just wait till November, see what goes on, because obviously we're just trying to see if we can actually flip the House, flip the Senate to determine whether we can actually do anything about this. Obviously, Trump is definitely playing defense on a high level. The lying is at an all-time high. Ever since he got in, it's ramped up completely. Depending on who you are, what I'm saying, be careful out there, because look, they're going for everybody. It's not just us anymore. It ain't just minorities anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody. Everybody, if you got smoke for his people in general, he coming after you. Don Lemon just got picked up at the Oscars, G. Not the
and
Oscars,
then
but the
somebody
Grammys.
said that he's lucky he's not lynched.
He's not lynched.
The person running for Florida.
Because he was at a protest, not being part of
And
the
a white
protest.
female reporter was arrested as well
Yeah. So
for speaking out.
coming at everybody. This isn't a black white thing. This is really, hey, if you don't fuck with his people, no matter who you is, you're getting picked up. You're getting kidnapped. You're getting locked up. So we told y'all this a year ago. Strap up.
Don't do that.
Did we say strap up?
Strap
we did
up.
not say that. Do not do that, and do not say you heard that from here.
I was about to say strap up and get ready for and go and vote. I'm not
You
saying
better
strap up with a
clarify.
gun. You ain't let me. You went right in. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't
yeah.
know, bro. You said strap up.
But I'm a strap up though. I'll tell y'all strap up anyway. You need to do that shit anyway. Hey, but
Oh my god.
get ready.
Do
Go
your
to
part.
elections.
Do your part.
Do your part.
Just
do
help.
not sit your ass at home this time. Go
Help
get your
shift
ass
this.
up on November, please.
With a friend. I'm trying to find, I'm going to include the guy in the comments, but there's this man that has been reading people for filth on social media. He'll sit down and do the debate. I think we've sent him back and forth. It's a black guy.
You talking about Isaiah Martin?
Yes.
He did the Jubilee 20v1 against.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Check him out and listen, because this is the idiocracy that you're going to come across when you're sitting in the polls. Because these are the things these people believe. So just be ready. Maybe go with some headphones. That's what I normally do, so people don't talk to me.
Be careful, because he might get brain damage watching this. Because
People are dumb.
I do. I can't watch those fully because there's an agenda that people want for themselves. It's not about everybody. They don't care about everybody. They don't care about themselves.
They eat though. They think they won. But yeah, good luck. Vote. Be safe. Stay safe. Don't open your doors for nobody. Try to be in the house at a reasonable time. Get them cameras.
If you like what we had to say, if you don't like what we had to say, like, comment, subscribe, follow, do all the stuff. Say we don't know what we're talking about. Do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And
I
let us
have
know.
a college degree, by the way, so everybody telling me that I'm dumb, that's crazy.
But yeah, this is Bridge ATL, and we'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Peace.